So I got slightly confused a little bit earlier on as to who was the multimillionaire in the room. Apparently it wasn't Jacques, it was Daniel. So our next speaker owns an NFT. So is he a multimillionaire? Well, I don't know, because who knows what the value of NFTs are. So hopefully you will be soon with your own NFTs. Let's see. So who is Daniel? Daniel, the potentially multimillionaire who's going to come up. He's here to represent Let's Block. Now this is a community, it's a not-for-profit, it's a community that gets together and talks about the future of Web 3.0 and NFTs and so forth. So Daniel, can I invite you on stage, please? Can I have a round of applause?
Thanks a lot. I guess we have the same issue now. Let's wait for the presentation then. He just mentioned my name, but my name is Samuel, just for no irritation, but all good. Perfect. So, every innovation needs a story. Okay, now it works. Every innovation needs a story. I'm very sure you all know these guys on the slide, and I don't want to bother you with their story behind. We have on the left side Bill Gates, of course, who founded Microsoft. And on the right side, the guys I always don't remember the names of, but I'm very sure they founded Google. In the beginning of the internet, maybe they were not even the first with their idea, but they had a story behind, and they had a really good story. And so they also created the foundation of what we call today the Web 1, and Jack already mentioned. You can build your own website, your own content, and someone else can read what is on your website. The same for Web 2. Additionally to reading something on a website, due to social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now it's also possible to build your own content. So you can write something, you can share something with your people. The story of this guy was even made to a movie, so I'm very sure I also don't have to mention about him. For the Web 3, it's a little bit more different. So honestly speaking, seriously, who knows this guy? Just hands up. Okay, you guys, of course, here. Okay, I thought so. So this guy is Vitalik Buterin in this very cool costume, and he's one of the co-founder of the today's second largest cryptocurrency, Ethereum. But honestly speaking, it's not so important to know him. Because, and also what Jack already mentioned, Web3 is about the technology of the ownership of your own assets. Up until now, everything is or was owned by the big companies, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and so on. And with Web3, we have the possibility to change this. And you can basically build your own story, for instance, with NFT. Why does it make sense to have a deeper look into the topic than NFT or non-fungible tokens? As we have heard, non-fungible tokens could basically be anything. A picture, a video, your music, drawings, anything what you can imagine what could be digitalized and then based on the technology blockchain. So let's have a deeper look in this. Eminem, US rapper, he bought a Bored Ape from the NFT collection, or let's say NFT project, Bored Ape Yacht Club, these bored-looking apes on the left side, last year for $462,000. Another one, Serena Williams, ex-tennis player who bought from another NFT collection, this collection is called Clone X, for $27,000. And last but not least, Steve Aoki, the DJ, who bought this very, I need to say, cute doodle. It's called Doodle, it's another NFT collection, for $362,000. So after we have seen all these examples where people spend so much money on just a simple, I need to say, simple JPEG file for a picture, there's still the question, why? And I would like to answer this question with another question, or with other questions we can already ask yourself. What is the value of a blue check in Instagram today? Why does people care to have a blue check in Instagram? What is the worth of having 100,000 subscribers on YouTube? Why does people care that they have a channel on YouTube to have subscribers? Or another example, and the list is really endless. Why does people spend money for suits or for skins in Fortnite? A lot of money. And the answer for all these questions is all the same. The digital world is already our world. So even when we think this metaverse is so quite far in the future, no, the digital world is already here and we already care about this. We see the values, we spend time on this, we spend money on this. That's the point. But that's not everything, right? So even when you have a super fancy picture you can put on Instagram, Twitter, that's not the reason why it costs 300,000 euros, right? There needs to be another reason from my perspective. To answer this question, I want to give you this example here. What you can see on the left side, a picture of the Bored Ape Yacht Club we have already seen. And when you want to buy a picture of this NFT collection, the today's or maybe yesterday's lowest price to go into this project is 7.3 Ethereum, or let's say 90,000 euros, or maybe 100,000 euros, it really depends. And on the other side, this is another project. It's called Lazy Lions, and the lowest price for going into this NFT collection is 0.5 Ethereum, so probably 600, 700 euros. From my perspective, don't get me wrong, but why should I pay so much more in this example for the left side for Bored Ape? Because the art looks so similar, right? Like this looking, like the 2D art. So what is the reason for this? And the answer is quite simple. It's utility. And I want to give you a deeper dive into what does it mean to have a utility in this NFT space. First example is the Bored Ape Yacht Club we have already seen, and it's also the most famous in the world, the most famous NFT project. It was launched last year in April, so 2021, not even 1.5 years ago, and already this kind of prices, totally crazy. What is the reason for this? I just want to highlight in this case the community. Community is very unique. You need to know, over the time, a lot of celebrities, they changed their profile picture in Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff, to a Bored Ape, like Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, all these guys, they just changed their and bought an ape. And the prestige of owning a Bored Ape, from my perspective, is one of the most influential factors for having this price level. We can also have another example. Let's take Gucci. Gucci is not Gucci because of their quality, to be very sure. Gucci is more about the prestige behind. So you buy a Gucci because you want to be part of this, prestige. There are also a bunch of other things. So Board Ape Yacht Club always expands us. I don't want to go in deep dive. Jack already mentioned this virtual land. That's also what they do. Another one, doodles. Gosh, looks totally differently. Very colorful art. And it's also quite differently. What they did, what is very innovative, they were the first to build a DAO. So what exactly is a DAO? You can see here on the slide. DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And it's basically just a legal form. And in this legal form, instead of having a board members, they decide about everything in the company. If you have an idea, they say, no, worst idea I've seen, we do this. No, in a DAO, every single one in the DAO or in the community have one vote. So if there's an idea, you can vote for this or you can vote against it, and that's it. They have also Shopify, corporation, anything. And that's why the price of the duels is also quite high. Another one is Clone X. We have also seen this from Serena Williams. This is this 3D art, more in this anime manga style. And for this behind Clone X, there's the so-called Artifact Company. Artifact Company is quite famous, quite experienced in the field of 3D games, building 3D avatars. And when you buy a picture of their collection on the blockchain, you get also the possibility to use their 3D infrastructure, all their tools, what they provide, and even the commercial rights. So everything, every avatar you build in their tool, you are the owner. You can just use it for marketing reasons. They were also taken over from Nike, so they are now part of the big Nike company. So to sum up everything, I think the NFT space built more like a new culture with their own wording, new terms. So one task for you guys all, who does know more than 50% of the words, of the terms you can see here on the screen? Just hands up. It's already good. I guess you guys as well. Perfect. I just want to highlight a few of them because otherwise we're getting lost. So aped in, we have already seen this apes, right? What does aped or aped in mean? It's basically like you want to buy something because otherwise you feel this FOMO. So we are already in the next one. It takes us already to the next term, FOMO. What does FOMO mean? FOMO is fear of missing out. It's the anxiety to miss something, the next big thing, and that's why you buy something without any research before anything else. You just buy in and see if it goes good or bad. And the last one is GM. GM, you can always read it in Discord, in Twitter, for the space. And it stands just for good morning. Just the greetings, but behind these greetings it's more. It also means you are aware of this space is still early. You are still early in this space. And that's also what this slide says. On the left side we have these 3 NFT projects, or in general 3 very popular NFT projects and their value on the market. So let's say 500, 700 million, and 4 billion. On the other side, the big companies from Web 1 and Web 2 we already have seen. Microsoft, Facebook, and Google. What is the fact about this? Easily, there is a big gap and they're not even worse like the big companies. But it's fine, you know, and the reason why it's fine is that it's just the beginning of this, and it could be maybe also just the beginning of your own story. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Samuel. Sorry, I got your name
All
a
good.
little bit wrong. Are there any questions for Samuel? And again, just while you're thinking, Earlier on, one of the audience members was talking about gas fees. And you had it up there, and I was praying that you were going to talk about it. What is, if you don't mind, what is gas?
Yes, indeed. So gas, nothing has to do with you have to fill in your car or something like this. So in the Web3, it's more about when you want to buy something, even when you want to buy cryptocurrency like Ethereum, you need to buy it to be on the blockchain, that the blockchain works for you, and this is called gas.
Okay. So in essence, it is kind of like a fuel.
Yeah, indeed. So it also really depends on how busy the infrastructure is.
Right.
For instance, if there is a lot of going on the Ethereum platform, you need to pay more gas. And if there is, let's say currently it's quite silent on the blockchain, then you don't have to pay that much. So that's basically how it works. It's a kind of gas, indeed.
Are there any other questions? No, not at the moment. In which case, Samuel, thank you very, very much. And we're on to present our next present. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.